In order for anyone to be successful with performance improvement, there has to be the right organizational structure and training in place. What do I mean by that? Over the next few moments, I'm going to walk you through what I like to call our recipe for success. It brings alignment and support for projects across an organization or a system. Within our structure, there are specific elements for success. These are comprised of a project charter, key roles and responsibilities, a regularly scheduled QI meeting, and a formal training program. We won't have time to get down into the weeds, but allow me to share with you a brief overview of some of these essential elements for success. Let's start with project charters. Most projects or committees fail because we fail to set them up for success. A project charter serves as a roadmap. When we've identified an existing problem, we need to define not only what that problem is, but what success looks like as well. That way we know where we're going, who's going with us, and we have a plan for how we'll get there. It's sort of a GPS system. So what is a project charter? It's a standardized document that provides a concise statement of the work that's to be completed. There are various forms. We use the simplest, often referred to as a six-pack. It contains the opportunity statement, the business case, the goals and key performance metrics, the scope of the project, that is, what's in scope and what's out of scope, the project plan and team members, and the business leader team. The charter serves as a commitment between those business leaders and the performance improvement lead, or PI lead. What it does not do is tell the team how they're going to get there. That's up to the team to figure out. Most importantly, every charter has a direct link to one of our strategic goals. Let's talk about the key players in every project. First, every project has a sponsor. This is usually an executive leader in the organization who has identified an opportunity utilizing metrics that needs improvement. They support the project, help get roadblocks out of the way, and work with our coaches to draft future projects. Another key role is a performance improvement coach, or PI coach. For us, these individuals are members of the quality department. They are experts in performance improvement who've done several successful projects on their own, and they're able to train and coach the PI leads in their projects. They typically oversee multiple projects that are happening at the same time and support the leads to keep those projects moving along. Another important role is the process owner. These folks have direct supervision over the staff the project affects. After the project is completed, they will continue to own the improvements made and ensure the key performance metrics, or KPIs, are monitored and sustained. Next are our PI leads. These are usually individuals who are currently in some leadership role or have been identified as future leaders in the organization. They receive 2 full days of training and actually lead the teams through the project. Oftentimes, these folks have been on a project themselves and are eager to lead the next one. Finally, the team members. Team members are considered the real experts because they have a working knowledge of the process the project is improving. Instead of a top-down edict telling staff what needs to be changed, the staff are actually involved in the process of making the change. This helps create ownership and accountability. Staff feel involved in the change instead of having the change done unto them. Lots more could be said here, but let's keep moving. Let's talk about our quality committee at Meridian. This is where the oversight for all of our projects comes from. We meet on a monthly basis, receive an update on all current projects, and use our metrics to identify new project opportunities. This meeting consists of executive leaders, directors, and the project coaches. This is how we drive the cultural transformation of continuous improvement throughout the organization. In addition to reviewing new charters and selecting projects, they are also some of the first to hear when a project has developed a solution. We have the PI leads come and present their projects after the solution phase, but before implementation begins. In addition to our PI projects, other large-scale projects are also discussed at this quality meeting to ensure we are staying on target with our strategic initiatives. How do we track all our projects? Well, this is an example of our project dashboard. It may be a little hard to read, but basically every project is prioritized and aligned with one of our value streams in the organization, such as primary care, inpatient, etc. The players are identified, the status is updated, and then a tracking board identifies which phase the project is in and whether or not it's on track. This creates visibility and accountability across the organization. Let's shift gears now and talk about our training program and methodology. This is a quick view of what takes place in the 2 days of training. In addition to learning PI tools, the leads also receive facilitation skills and use exercises so the training can be applied immediately. Every lead who goes through our training must already be assigned a project and they come with their charter in hand so they can begin working on the project during their training. And yes, there's a test at the end. Every student must pass it to graduate, and this is followed by a celebration which includes their project sponsors. We call our performance improvement process rapid improvement methodology. After all, our goal is to complete a project in just 90 days. So what is our goal? To create the capability for rapid improvement and to build in quality and efficiency where it matters most, at the point of service. Our goal is to equip our leaders for action utilizing measurement. That's why every project has specific goals and KPIs attached to it. Now there exists a myriad of methodologies for improvement, Six Sigma, Lean, CQI, to name a few. Most of us have collected quite a few notebooks over the years. But we wanted to be nimble, to move quickly and cost efficiently. So we've implemented Focus PDCA. Let's talk about what that means. Focus stands for Find, Organize, Clarify, Uncover, and Start. It's really not that complicated. Some of this is completed with the drafting of the charter, and then the team takes over, identifying the current state and uncovering the root causes of poor performance. We make it a point to blame processes and not people. Most often when things go wrong, it's because we have poor processes in place, not because we have bad people. Once we've identified the root cause, we start the PDA cycle: plan, do, check, and act. We plan our improvement and then move on to actually doing or implementing the solution, usually as a pilot so we can check our level of success. Then we make some tweaks. This is followed by doing the cycle again and perfecting the process until we're ready to roll it out across the system. Now that's a pretty high-level overview, but I hope you get the idea. I want to give you a picture of the life cycle of a project. It starts off with an idea or problem that gets chartered into an actual project. This gets approved by the QI committee, a team is formed, the project gets kicked off, and then team meetings begin, usually occurring on a weekly basis. The PI lead and coach meet together with their project sponsor, usually every 2 to 4 weeks, in order to provide an update on the progress and seek permission to move on to the next phase. Once a solution is developed, the lead seeks leadership approval before moving on to implementing the solution. Then, using the key performance metrics, the process is closely monitored to keep it on track as it's handed off to the process owner. And of course, at the end, we celebrate the success. We like our project teams to feel appreciated. At Meridian, our goal is to create a transformational change of our organization and to create a culture of continuous improvement that rises up to meet the demanding needs of our ever-changing landscape of healthcare. This requires committed leadership and management working together to achieve success. Anne Frank said, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." I love that quote. How do we get organizations to change? We start by creating a climate for change. Does everyone understand in the organization the urgency behind the need to change? Are you building the right team and casting the right vision? Are you responding to the needs of your community? You have to engage the entire organization. It's not enough that the leaders get it. Everyone must understand. You have to find different ways to communicate, different avenues, communicate often, and then communicate again. And you especially need to communicate those quick project wins so staff can see, feel, and hear the changes taking place. Finally, don't stop, don't let up, and don't give up. Change isn't easy. Most people don't like it, but they need it. We live in a world of crisis. We must be the leaders who rise up to meet these challenges head on and make a difference. What I'm presenting today isn't rocket science. It's pretty basic, but it can have a big impact in your organization. We are on a journey of continuous improvement. The best advice I received when I was working on my master's program was this: don't quit. It was great advice then, it's good advice now, and I'll pass it along to you. Find a methodology that helps you improve your organization and stay the course to create a culture of continuous improvement.